So me and my girl, what we did was we wrote out. We came up with 31 movies. Well, we came up with 35 movies that we
Right.
want to watch. We put them on little strips, put them in a hat, and we started number one. What we're gonna do. So what we did first, though, we broke it up into Terrifier 1, day 1; Terrifier 2, day 15; Terrifier 3, day 31. She's not seen Terrifier 3 yet.
I
So
haven't either.
yeah, so I mean, but listen, as a fan, I can appreciate it for what it is, but it's the only one because I know that what's his name, Leon is back on the next one, but he wasn't on very active on this one. So this one is whatever. You know what it reminded me of? A very gory, like Driller Killer meets Silent Night, Deadly Night. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah. So like it served its purpose. It was good. I'm not gonna knock it. Like I mean, if you're a fan of Art the Clown and Terrifier, and you say, "Well, I didn't like that one," well, then you're not a fan of Art the Clown. Fuck off. Get fucked. But
Yeah.
anyway, so Terrifier 1, we watched that the first night. So this was we picked them and I wrote them down. This is how we watched them. October 2nd, Firestarter.
Okay.
3 was a movie I never seen before, and I was quite surprised. Caroline.
Me and Kayla watched that a couple years ago. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, I had seen it around, and for a kids movie, it was always like, oh, for a kids movie, it's scary, like the way Return to Wizard of Oz is scary, whatever. But this actually has a really heavy tone, and it's for a it has elements. I don't know if I would classify as a horror film though, but it's yeah, I can see how it could scare the fuck out of a kid.
It's
I mean,
I think it's let me say something about that. Like I think those Tim Burton type films like that, the thing that impresses me is like that's all stop motion animation and look how fucking smooth it is, man. It is insane. It's insane what they can do. Like they can do that practically, as
well,
opposed to like enhancing it and all that shit and just turn it into a mockery.
well, I know that you and I are both I guarantee you, BZ is also. We're lovers of like Ray Harryhausen and stuff like that. We can appreciate fucking Jason
Oh
and
yeah.
the Argonauts or whatever the fuck. Uh, so when you take a movie like Coraline, it has I mean, come on, I gotta say honestly, for a kids movie, I would not say it's a kids movie. That's the best I could say about it.
Right. Yeah.
As somebody who's seen 128 Days of Sallow and Serbian Film and Martyrs, and, you know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
I
High
can be like,
tension.
yeah, I can be like, it's not a kids film. Okay.
Yeah.
Day 4, Jaws. I did,
Love it.
well, for me, yes, classic, but it was cool because it actually fell on the 50th anniversary. So
Okay.
we had an opportunity to go see it in the theater, but we watched it home.
Oh yeah.
It would have been cool because it just so happened it was our 4th pick on the 4th day, and they were airing it here locally. But anyway,
Yeah.
we didn't go do that because my
Yeah.
anxiety. I'm a piece of garbage. Anyway,
We went and saw that in theater years ago at the Highland when I was not working fucking afternoon shift. Uh, and we saw so many good fucking things there. But the thing I like about Jaws is like I look at Jaws sort of like the same way I look at Full Metal Jacket, where there's like the first half and the second half. So there's the on land aspect and there's the out to sea aspect, and I much prefer the out to sea part of Jaws.
mhm.
But like that, like there's so much good shit happening in the first half. Like obviously when fucking the mayor and Hooper and the chief are walking down the beach, and he's like, I pulled the tooth the size of a shot glass out of the wrecked hull out of a boat out there, and it was the tooth of a great white. And he's like, what'd you say this shark is? And he goes, it's a Carcarian Carcarius. It's a great white. Love
there's
that shit.
there's multiple scenes in that movie that make it iconic. Like for me, obviously the skinny dipping scene in the beginning. Uh, what's his name? I forget his name. Who's the guy with the glasses? What's his name? That's right.
Hooper. Hooper.
what's the actor's name though? I
Oh,
forget.
Richard Dreyfuss.
Richard Dreyfuss. When he's scooping out the thing, the chum into the water.
Oh
Iconic.
no, that's Robert Shaw that's doing that.
Okay, iconic scene. Love it.
Yeah.
And then the ending obviously is the best. I mean, there's a lot of filler in Jaws, but for a movie that was never there was no shark, like, even not just people don't realize there was no. Not only is it just like a shark monster movie, it was a monster movie of an actual animal that lives on Earth. That was the difference that made it a real iconic thing, and people don't really click with that, because prior to that, they made up the monsters. They made it up. This was something that was actually on Earth, even though they grandiosed it. This was something that was on Earth. It was like the equivalent of those B movies like Grizzly and things like that, when they did bear movies and stuff. But they all came after Jaws, right? But again, Jaws took something that was real and made it fucking scary. So, Jaws is I mean, whether you love it or not, you can't dispute that it's up there as it's up there with Exorcist. It's up there with the iconic movies. Okay, day 5, one I know that you like. I love House of a Thousand Corpses.
Absolutely.
Of all the Rob Zombie films, that is the one. It's so fun. It's fun. You know what I mean? Like yes, it's like it's a brutal film, but it's fun. Especially after you see it. If you're only watching it for the first time, you might not find it fun. But if you've watched it like 5-10 times, like me or Rick have, or VC or whoever's in the chat, what up to the chat, we find it fun. I mean, Cap Spaulding. I mean, what's his name? Who plays? What's his name? He's the legend with the long hair. What's his name? The actor.
In like which guy? Are you talking about Bill Moseley?
Bill Moseley.
Yeah.
Listen,
Otis. He's the man.
Bill Moseley is such a. I mean, he's such an icon, man.
He fucking owns that film. I think he's the main draw to that film.
I mean, you got Bill Moseley, Karen Black, Sid Haig, and listen, probably, listen, I know fucking Rob Zombie's got a boner for his own daughter, but probably Moon's best movie. That's her probably best one. I mean,
that's his wife.
Really? I thought it was his daughter. Okay, well, that makes a little more sense, because to be honest, I always thought it was his daughter. I'm not gonna lie.
No, it's his wife.
It always kind of creeped me out. I'm like, dude, why are you always having her in nude scenes and shit? Anyway,
dude, let me say this: one of my favorite non-horror scenes in that film is when there's like that, it's showtime, and then the old man's like telling the jokes, and he goes, he's like saying all this graphic. He's like, "Eat your wife's pussy," but then he's like, "Wait." He's like, "Be quiet. You're gonna wake up, Grandma." Like it's only showing like the punchlines of the jokes, so you're just and he's laughing at it's such a fun.
That was the beginning of the entertainment, the show, right?
Yeah, like showtime. That's when the movie starts.
Well, I'll tell you something. That guy, the original opener, he doesn't get enough credit either. I don't know who he is, but I guarantee you, he had to have been in other horror films prior to that.
Are you talking about the guy that's like playing the horror host guy?
Yeah. I don't know. I've never researched it, but I guarantee you, he's had to. Rob wouldn't have picked him otherwise. He's had to have been something in something, Yeah. But anyway, because he don't get the love because it's just a small bit,
Well, even the guy that is with Spaulding in that shop, like that, the dude that's like pushing the fucking the roller coaster ride, or like the haunted ride. I don't know what he's from, but like he's got to be an old timer actor. Like even the guy from God damn it, that the guy that's trying to sell the signed autographs. He's like, he ends up saying to the one attempted robber, he goes, "Hey, you're Little Dickwick," and he goes, "Little Dickwick plays with his prick. Don't the smell just make you sick?" That actor is in shit that I've seen, man.
Spaulding's friend, he clearly knows what Spaulding's about.
Yes,
and he's not intimidated at all where he's to. He knows where he's to, and he's all like this. And he's like laughing at these robbers who come in. He don't give a fuck. Little Dickwick, little.
Yeah.
I want to know that guy's backstory. I guarantee he's fucked.
Yeah. He's been in some stuff. I think he was actually in that movie called I think the film is called God Made Me Do It. It's a Larry Cohen film. I think he's in that. I could be wrong, but he's also like I just want to talk about House of a Thousand for another minute here because there's so much to say that like like there's different sections of this film. There's sort of like the Texas Chainsaw-y aspect of it in the beginning, which I love all of that. And then once they get to the house, and then once showtime happens and they start like getting all cut up and stuff, you get moments that you might forget like until you're watching it. Like Walton Goggins is in this film with fucking the other actor, I forget his name, was it William Forsythe, I think? As the two cops that show up, and there's like that moment where the guy that actually happens to be Saving Private Ryan, the old version, he's in there. He gets capped by the Firefly family, but when that scene where Walton Goggins is like on his fucking knees and the camera rises way up, it takes a really long time and he ends up getting shot in the head. Like all of that is so good.
I don't want to get into it. I don't want to discuss it because I fucking hated it. I don't want to get into it. But the egg guy, I don't want to get into it. I don't want to talk about it. It was stupid. But that scene before supper when they're waiting for Mosley to come downstairs, when he's there with the cheerleaders all taped up, that is a Ted Bundy scene. That is very much Ted Bundy, right?
Oh yeah.
And it's so like shocking to see. It's almost like a fly in the wall of what Ted Bundy or even who's that fucker's name?
Like Henry Lee Lucas, like the fucking like it's very crazy.
Yeah, not even him. What was that big fucker's name? He was a big dude, glasses.
Oh, Ed Kemper.
Yeah, it was a very Ed Kemper.
Co-ed killer.
Exactly. It was very Kemper, very Ted Bundy-esque. And it was like so fucking good. I'm telling you. And listen, I'd be lying if I could think that when Rainn Wilson is sitting there and his girlfriend's getting mad at him when what's her name Sharon Moon's coming out and she does like boop, boop, doing that whole fucking I'm like this is the best part of the movie. Like I fucking listen. Yeah.
Well, she pulls out a switchblade and goes, "I'll cut your fucking tits off." Like, holy fuck.
I'm a sick fuck, so I love that. All right.
Even all those other little interludes or whatever you want to call it, like when they go to that liquor store and he's like, "Welcome to Red Hot Pussy Liquor," and they buy the booze and like they have all that stuff that's like shot on video, like at Rob Zombie's house. That's like because you got like the 35 millimeter footage, and then you got like 16 mil, and then you got like what looks like video happening, like all peppered throughout. Like that's what people claim they don't like about the film or what. Like people have their own opinion, whatever it is. I love the film, and I love the creativity that he used in order to mesh all these different formats together, especially like the way that like when you take like the video and then like juxtapose that to the fucking 35, it looks so weird and just so good at the same time. I don't know.
The closest we can come in modern time. It really is the closest we can come in modern time to experiencing. I know it's older now. I mean, God, geez, what is it, 20 years old, 25 years old? It's the closest we can come to in a modern time to experiencing, because you weren't alive and I was a baby, or probably not even alive, to going to the theater and seeing Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That's what House of a Thousand Corpses felt like. It felt really raw and good, and I mean, right, like one of the scenes from Texas Chainsaw Massacre was when the old man holds his hand and is like trying to bash the girl's head. That is a Rob Zombie has leached that into his movies. I know you and I have disagreed about this before. I do not like the Rob Zombies Halloween 1 and 2. I don't like them. The casting was good. I love it, but I don't like. There was too much that like I didn't like about those original ones. I love the original ones so much that what Rob did kind of tainted it for me and made it a little.
Right. I understand. Like everyone, everyone has their own reasoning behind whether they like it or not. And at the end of the day, you're not a fan. I love them.
Right. You take Jamie Lee Curtis character. She is so goody gumdrops, but the equivalent of Jamie Lee Curtis's character in Rob Zombies is a curses, swearing, sex having, whatever, and it's like, I'd fucking kill you too. Like, fuck off. You know what I mean? So
wait, I just want to say one more point on House of 1,000 that I missed that I really wanted to say. All that shit in that fucking cavern with that Dr. Satan, like especially when they get into the fucking like that little room with all the TVs and the guys like eating cereal and shit, like
that was like a
that
movie
is
within
like,
a
what the
movie.
fuck?
That was like a movie within a movie. It really was.
Yeah.
Like that was multi-layered, multi-tiered, very smart.
How fucking crazy is it when they first get lowered down into that pit and then that old man with the fucking bunny mask like comes walking out at her like,
or he's wearing that fucking like almost like a hazmat. Like smartly's not a word, but that's what I would say. Like that movie was smartly done. Like
it's good.
Yeah, but like again, to each your own. Some people love the Halloween one too. I didn't, but I did love the kid who portrayed young Michael Myers. I thought he was great, man. Fuck it. And a matter of fact, I follow him now. I saw him recently in a show where it was like some redneck thug, but he has a band and his music is so fucking sick. Like I'll send you a link to his band, but it's very much, you can tell he was inspired. Like he's grown up Gore. Okay, okay, get back to it. King of the Golden State, absolutely rip Ace.
Yeah, I was just reading that.
Yeah, you know that's why I changed my
name. Shout out to King of the Golden State.
I don't know if anybody seen. I changed my name to Gene is not just a jacket. Because I think
is that out of respect to the fucking passing of Ace Frehley?
Yeah, because there is no Ace. I don't deserve the moniker. Not today. Not tomorrow.
Yeah,
I think I'm literally going to change my entire moniker to whatever, because
I think that GPAP is the most appropriate thing for you, because that's like people mostly knew you as Gene. No one said, "Hey, Gene Paul Ace P," except for like psychopaths, I guess. Like,
but like even though Ace and Peter got booted from the thing, if you ever listen to Ace's Comet and those albums afterwards, yeah, he was a full-blown alcoholic and things like that, but he was a functioning musician, alcoholic, and he made amazing music even after Atticus. He was really good, and I know he didn't get along with Gene and he didn't get along with Paul, but they still love him, because without him there would have been nothing. They obviously have good memories of him. That was tainted, whatever. I mean, I saw something Paul posted, a nice memory, but Ace was always loaded, whatever. I haven't seen anything Gene posted yet, but I'm curious what he has to say. I'm sure it's up. But listen, of all the solo albums, we'll even take that, the solo albums, you had that was the best one, was the Ace Frehley solo album, because it had Back in the New York Groove. Ace had a unique kind of like average voice, but his guitaring was so and you gotta remember, this guy was always fucking balls deep boozed up, man, and he still managed to whatever. But he, anyway, Rick to the GOAT. Like I said, I was lucky to have seen Kiss play with Ace, not Peter Criss, but with Ace, and that was cool. But anyway, yeah, it broke my heart, but that's it. Okay, I'm gonna move on. Day 6, Train to Busan.
Love it.
Yeah,
love it.
Obviously, the English dub one. That's what I watched. So my girl hadn't seen it before. I said, now take everything that you know about zombie films and kind of put it aside. And it's more than just a zombie film. It's a survival film. It's a whatever. But you're congregated to one thing, so it makes it a little better, rather than this whole like we can run around in the woods and just keep running. No, you can't keep running. So I love Train to Busan. Great movie.
The sequel's good too, and there's an animated sequel as well.
I never saw the animated one. Day 7, Monster Squad.
Love it.
A little bit of good classic, easy fun, coming off of House of 1,000 Corpses and Train to Busan.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. You need to take a fucking breather, and you know what I mean.
yeah, and like I said, all this was random the way it worked out, and it worked out really good. It's a very cool list,
You
and a lot
watch
of
a movie,
these,
like August Underground, then you need to watch like fucking Charlie Brown cartoons after that to fucking cheer up.
yeah, you're watching Bob's Burgers for like 3 months after.
Yeah.
But so after Monster Squad, like again, a lot of these my girlfriend hadn't seen before. Some I hadn't seen, like I said, Coraline I never saw before, but most of these I've seen, but she hadn't seen. But I had never seen this, the Paris Hilton version of House of Wax, and I got to be
Not
honest,
bad. It's not
it was
bad.
actually good. It was
Yeah.
actually good. I love the original. I got to be honest, that kind of holds up as a remake. It's good. Uh, no, Day 9, Hereditary. She had never seen it before. It was too much to explain, too deep. Me being deep in the Ari Aster for A24 thing, yeah, I was wasting my time. She was just like not interested.
Right.
She saw it for what it was, which was a couple of jump scares and things like that. I'm like, it's so much multi-level, and I'm like,
Well,
oh,
when I went and saw that, I went and took two of my stoner buddies, and when we left, they were like, "What the fuck?" They're like, "Eh, that was bullshit." And I was like sitting there like, all the fucking like, I loved it, and I was like, "Dude, you guys, you have to have sort of
hey,
like seen a lot of other shit to really truly appreciate what he did with that movie. Like a lot of other possession, witchcrafty, like like
you
at
you
the
need you needed to see Meet the Johnsons. You needed to see Midsummer. You need to see this and the multi-layered how everything matters. You need to be so aware of everything, and it's just not. It's not the film. Not to sound pretentious or whatever. It's not the film for the average horror film watcher.
No, but
It,
like I meant like you had to have seen like a bunch of other sort of like witchy, culty, satanic culty films to really appreciate like The Devil's Reign and fucking Rosemary's Baby and countless other fucking 70s TV films that like there's so much good shit out there that sort of can built the found like because a lot of shit I'd seen previous to Hereditary, and then when I saw it, I was like, oh my god, like I really enjoyed it. Midsummer, I can take or leave. I maybe I got to rewatch it, but I think my favorite part was the opening scene that led into the chick wearing the mat, like she had the exhaust fumes going into her
but
fucking head.
but you do know, like throughout the movie of Midsummer, every time they pass the mountains, slowly but surely, that the girl, her sister with the mask on, you can see come in the mountains as the movie goes on. She's in the mountains. You can see her.
Wow,
That's Ari Aster being super deep. Like I said, it's like fucking like it's pretty heavy. If you watch it,
you're a big Ari Aster fan, eh?
I gotta say, listen, guy knows what he's doing. I'm excited for the Shelby Oaks film with what's name, the dude who directed Scream. That's his movie. But Shelby Oaks, the story comes from uh, a short film of Alter. I don't know if you know Alter,
Oh
but
yeah, I know what Alter is.
yeah, so it's a short film that comes off that. It's going to be good. I'm just so excited for Shelby Oaks. But anyway, I'm gonna move on real quick now because I'm fucking, like I said, Hereditary number 9, Day 10, Pet Cemetery, classic.
Amazing.
Right?
Yeah.
Day 11, another classic, Child's Play.
Oh yeah.
Number 12 was her pick, and I was kind of glad because I hadn't seen it in a long time, and it was, again, added a bit of fun and mixed in with the classics. Buffy the Vampire Slayer. It was a bit fun. I hadn't seen it in a while. Best part about Midsummer was when dude had a look of surprise being in a beer suit while being paralyzed. Yeah, that was fucked. 13 was It Follows. I added that because she hadn't seen it before.
Good one.
Again, it was one that like I had to kind of explain to her like what was going on. So she didn't enjoy it. She didn't enjoy it. I did. I love it. I think it's great. And they always said It Follows 2 was coming out, and they were going to rename it, not like It Follows. It was like They Follow or something like that. So that's still supposed to be coming. Number 14, she picked this one and added it to the list. And I'm glad she did because a lot of people love this movie and give it way more hype than it deserves. But it is a good movie, The Descent.
I don't think I've seen that.
It's a good film. You know, I mean, you know, it's good. It's good. Um, Day 15, Terrifier 2. Right? So, like, Terrifier 1, day 1, Terrifier 2, day 15, halfway through, Terrifier 3, last day. So, day 16, coming out of Terrifier 2, Evil Dead.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That was nice. I was like, because I hadn't watched the original in so long,
Oh, it's so good.
and we watched an HD quality copy, like a 4K version. It was so good, so fun. Like, it's a fun fucking movie. I would love. That's one movie I really wish I could see in theater, and I've not had the opportunity. And I imagine at some point I will probably have an opportunity, hopefully.
Do you know
But
what my claim to fame is? I saw Evil Dead play at the drive-in, and after Evil Dead played, Pieces played, but in between them, one of my short films played at the drive-in, in between Evil Dead and Pieces.
my horror claim to fame is I went to fucking some shithole.
It was Spiral Scratch that played. Sorry.
I went to some shithole theater, paid $2 a ticket, walked in. There may have been like 12 people sitting there, so fucking all losers, fucking cunts. And I'm watching Demons play.
Oh yeah.
Bro,
Oh yeah.
and they even had the original, and it was such a skunk. I'm telling you, I could hear the mice running down the fucking laneways, and,
Yeah.
and I'm watching Demons on big screen. I'm telling you, listen, you know me, I'm an Argento, I'm a Bava fan. I'm, you know, like,
Oh yeah.
Argento especially. So, but number 17, Canadian classic, Ginger Snaps.
Amazing film. VZ, have you seen Ginger Snaps? Canadian werewolf film. It's the claim to fame that to me was when I was it's the girl from fucking It. It's Beverly Marsh. Fucking like growing up a little bit.
One of the probably standout vampire movies in modern
werewolf.
Era. Yeah, or sorry, yeah, werewolf in modern era. I mean, like, I just recently watched for the first time. Never saw it before. It was Dog Soldiers. Never saw that.
That's
before.
A good one.
Yeah, it was fun. Now I seen there was a little short animation clip I saw before where these soldiers purposely locked themselves in, and they all of a sudden hear a woman in the corner, and she was trapped in there, and she was a witch, and she put a curse on these soldiers because they knew they were trapped. And they said, all right, and all of a sudden all the soldiers turn into werewolves, and the Germans come in to like think they're gonna fucking kill these guys. Meanwhile, they're all fucking werewolves, and I'm like, that's fucking dope. I forget what I saw that. I don't know if it was like, I don't know what it was. Some anime. I don't know if it was. It might have been like it was that. I know what it was. It was this Russian made animation show that was like a horror anthology, and it had that in it, and it was so fucking good. Anyway, day 18. Tonight we watched one of my favorites, and everyone will always say it's an underrated film because it is. Fucking Near Dark. Near Dark is one of the most underrated fucking vampire films of all time.
Yeah, that's like a movie. Like if you like if you like Lost Boys, Near Dark is like a more amped up graphic version of that. I think it's a better like vampire film than Lost Boys, but I still would probably say I've definitely seen Lost Boys more, but you know, like Severin, like the character that fucking Bill Paxton plays, I think he's like one like that. I drew him on my my big drawing that I'm working on, so it's
Lost Boys is a perfect 80s horror teen film, whereas Near Dark, it's a slid under the radar 80s, not for teens vampire film with elements of, I'm telling you, like, you think of like The Devil's Rejects and stuff like that, how they're trapped and stuff like that. I mean, Near Dark is like that. These guys, they've been going so long. They're monsters. They're criminals. They're being, and they're like, it's just so fucking good. It's probably like, I know people might argue it might be my favorite Bill Paxton film, and that weird kid.
Oh yeah,
Who was in all those 80s films.
Yeah.
Yeah, who was in all those weird 80s films at the time. I don't know what he's doing now, even if he's alive. I don't know.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're up to there. I can tell you the rest of what we got lined up if you want.
Yeah, let's hear it.
All right, so lined up, I'm just going to move through it quick. So tomorrow is going to be The Strangers, the very first one.
Good film. And the second one's good too. And now there's a third one, but they're calling it Chapter 2, which is confusing because it's technically the third one.
I watched
Or maybe it's the fourth one. I don't know.
You do not watch the Chapter 2 without refreshing yourself with the Chapter 1, like the other one. Right. Do not watch it because it will lose you. And it's been so much time in between. Watch that one again, then watch it. They're connected. They very much are all 100% connected.
Right.
Number 20, a good kind of while it's not a Hammer film, it has that classic. It's because one of the rules too when we made this, we were not to use the classics Universal. None of that was going on. We weren't going to do any of the typical black and whites, Wasp Woman, what are Night of the Living Dead, whatever.
The Attack of the Killer Shrews.
Right. So, but it was The Others with Nicole Kidman.
I remember that film. It's an Invasion of the Body Snatchers sort of reboot.
No, The Others is a remake where they don't know that they're dead. And they're living in the house, and they don't know.
Which one isn't there one called The Others? Or there's like a fucking. I think that Nicole Kidman's in like this Invasion of the Body Snatchers, like sort of remake from like 2000.
Yeah, no, you're right. But this one, the Others, is based on a very gothic style, and the reason why they stuck in the house is because they're waiting for her husband, their father, to come back from war. But he died in war. He's not coming back. And so they stick around and, meanwhile, I don't know, she went nuts, whatever. I don't know the lore of it again. But, and the things keep changing in the house. They're like, and it took a while. The first time watching it, you don't really realize what's going on. You think it's kind of just like a neurosis mom or something. And then you realize it predates the Sixth Sense, kind of like, oh, he's dead,
Okay.
Day 21, American Werewolf in London. One of my favorite movies of all time. One of my favorites. Day 22, bit of fun, Shaun of the Dead. Day 23, Candyman, number 1.
Love it.
Day 24, Suspiria, but the new one, because I never saw it. I've not seen so I said, you know what? Throw it on there. Like, because I have not watched it yet because I refuse to watch it. But so I will watch it. 25, Bodies for a bit of fun.
Never heard of that one.
Yeah, that one's it's not even really a horror film, to be honest. But it's more of like a thriller.
There's a certain director I'm waiting to show up that hasn't shown up yet.
26, Scream. Day 26, a Scream. Day 27, Fright Night, the original one. Day 28, I am excited for her to watch this. The Changeling.
George C. Scott, yes, amazing.
Let's fucking go. He was, I tried to explain to her how he was the epitome of sex appeal back then, and I showed her, and she's like, "What?" I was like, "No, listen."
Is he the guy that's in fucking Exorcist 3?
Oh yeah.
Oh, he's the man.
And he's always yelling. He's always like this.
He's gonna shake the fuck out of someone.
Yeah. I'm sorry. So day 29, a little bit of throwback. Paranormal Activity, the first one.
I haven't watched it in a long time. I don't know. I haven't. Yeah. I wasn't really into those movies though.
Right, like for of all the movies of that kind of era, like if you notice, there's no Blair Witch Project, there's no Saw, there's no whatever. So Paranormal Activity, let's go. I haven't seen it in a long time. I've watched multiples after, whatever. But I haven't watched the original in a while, so let's go. A nice little ghost story on the 29th of October. The 30th, People Under the Stairs, baby.
Ooh, good one.
Yeah. Good one. And day 31, Terrifier 3.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's our list. And I mean, now
that's a pretty solid watch list, man.
Yeah, because like I said, we tried to do it blindly, but I try to incorporate movies, not the norm. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't add Evil Dead 2 or Army of Darkness. I didn't add The Blair Witch. I didn't add movies that I knew that I like, or fun, even fun movies like, you know, Ghostbusters or
You know
whatever.
what I was? You know who I was surprised Cronenberg didn't get a slot on your list.
Listen, you're gonna be. I don't know if we've ever even talked about this before, but I, him and his son can go kick rocks. I have no time. The only one I like Cronenberg is The Fly. I have no time for Cronenberg.
Really?
The Reanimator, and the Return of the
No,
No,
he didn't do those. He doesn't do those.
I thought he did the Reanimator.
No, that's Stuart Gordon.
There was another one he did, Carnosaur or whatever. Listen, I got
No, Cronenberg did like Videodrome, The Brood, fucking
okay.
Rabid,
The Brood,
Scanners.
the Brood is good. I'll give that Brood. I do like that.
You don't like Videodrome? You're heartless. You're anti-Canadian.